30 miles outside of New York City, in Amityville, stands the house linked to the Amityville horror phenomenon. This Dutch colonial home, with its quarter-moon-shaped windows, is a symbol of paranormal activity. On November 13, 1974, it was the scene of a mass murder. Ronald DeFeo Jr., the eldest son, claimed he was possessed by demonic forces. This is their story, the real story of the Amityville horror. Imagine the terror that unfolded within those walls on that fateful night. Armed with a .35 Marlin rifle, I walked room to room, executing my own flesh and blood. My parents, my 2 brothers, my 2 sisters, all gunned down in cold blood. The scene that greeted police was horrific. The bodies of the DeFeo family lay scattered, faces frozen in terror. The house on Ocean Avenue was no longer a home, it was a tomb. 13 months after the murders, the Lutz family purchased the house at a shockingly low price of $80,000. George and Kathy Lutz saw an opportunity to start a new chapter. They were aware of the tragedies but remained optimistic, but the house had other plans. Soon, the Lutz family began to experience strange phenomena. George Lutz, a man of quiet intensity, carried a secret, a hidden fascination within the walls of the Amityville house. He had dabbled in the occult, exploring ancient rituals and forbidden knowledge. Was it mere coincidence that the paranormal activity intensified after the Lutz family moved in, or was there a darker connection?
Every night, like clockwork, I would find myself jolted awake at 3:15 a.m. It was the same time Ronald DeFeo Jr. committed his heinous acts. Was this a coincidence, or something more sinister, a ghostly echo of past horrors? The weight of the house, the darkness pressing in, was suffocating.
The Lutz family's dream of a fresh start soon turned into a nightmare. Strange, putrid odors like decaying flesh permeated the air. Green slime, foul-smelling, oozed from the walls and keyholes. Cold spots, pockets of icy air, settled over certain areas, sending shivers down their spines. Desperate for answers, the Lutz family reached out to a local priest to cleanse their home of the dark forces that had taken root. The priest, armed with his faith and his holy water, entered the house, ready to confront the unseen evil that lurked within. As he moved from room to room, reciting prayers and blessing the house, a voice, cold and menacing, echoed through the halls. "Get out!" it screamed, the sound chilling the priest to the bone. As the days turned into sleepless nights, the paranormal activity intensified, each event more terrifying than the last. The garage door would open and close on its own, as if an unseen hand were toying with them. One evening, a pair of glowing red eyes stared back at George and his son Daniel. The entity was becoming bolder, its presence impossible to ignore. The paranormal activity reached its peak when George woke to find his wife, Kathy, levitating above their bed, her body bathed in an eerie light. But as the Lutz family shared their tale, doubts surfaced. Skeptics emerged, questioning their claims, suggesting the Lutzes, facing financial difficulties, had fabricated the story for financial gain. Even their lawyer, William Weber, turned on them, claiming the story was a hoax concocted over wine. Despite the skepticism and accusations, one member of the Lutz family has remained adamant that their story is true, their son Daniel. The nightmares persist, vivid and terrifying, transporting me back to that time of fear and uncertainty. I've spoken openly about the trauma I experienced, the feeling of being watched, of being hunted, a feeling that has never truly left me. He has spoken openly about the trauma he experienced, the feeling of being watched, of being hunted. The Amityville house, a silent sentinel to the horrors that unfolded within its walls, still stands today. In 2017, it was sold to an undisclosed owner for $605,000. The house on Ocean Avenue, now known as 108 Ocean Avenue, remains a source of both fascination and fear. The Amityville horror continues to fascinate and terrify, a story that has become a part of American folklore. Was it a genuine haunting, a manifestation of evil unleashed by the brutal murders of the DeFeo family? Or was it an elaborate hoax, a story carefully crafted for fame and fortune? Don't forget to like and subscribe. And tell me what you think happened in the comments below.